Alright, what's going on, everybody? Sorry for the hold up. I think we're good to go. Mic sound may be a little jacked up for now. We're just gonna roll through with it and make do. But yeah, let's get started. We're gonna go over some no-gi stuff from 2 nights ago on Monday night. Let's get started. All right, we got old Austin back, practicing his kung fu. I don't know whatever garbage he's learning in college right now, but won't work at our school. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys have no idea what I was just talking about. There we go. Start fresh so I can make fun of him again. All the way back. There we go. Cool. Man, it is a rough night. What's going on, James? How you doing, man? All right, what do we got? Aiden, I think, and Justin?
Aiden and Justin. I had just hooked up the camera and was going to get rounds on.
Got Cole with his broke ass knee over in the corner there, holding court.
Hey, Veronica.
What's up, Veronica? What's up, Austin? All right. I think I'm all set here finally. Sorry, I've been dicking around the whole time. Cool. Let's look at that little sweep real quick. Justin working from, I think he captures him in half guard. Aiden goes to step over, which you shouldn't do. I'd rather see you get that knee up on the stomach, Aiden, before you go over. And Justin, almost like a knee lever, but his feet weren't really by the knee, but that's the kind of move he did there. Just a little bit of torque on the ankle, and rolling through on it. And it looked like Aiden may have been wanting to go to his back. He may have been trying to set something up a little quickly there, grabbing his foot. I swear to God, Austin, I'm gonna beat your ass next time I see you if my shoulder is fixed.
Well, this was his last night.
Oh, is he back to school?
April.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, and he called you out of all people.
He called me out.
Man. Damn, he's taking your back, dude.
Yep. He does take my back right here.
Man, the school is falling apart. Not terrible. I mean, I'd like to see him break you down a bit more. But it's good. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I'm like at this point I'm like, oh, I'm okay. And then he actually shoots that choke in, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, and just for fun, the idea occurred to me earlier today. I'm gonna start doing the best I can to keep track with a little submission scoreboard up in the top left of the screen here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I figured we'll keep track of who gets, the most submissions on camera. Damn, Aiden's Austin's kind of almost started working a crossbody ride.
He does. He just doesn't know what he has.
Right.
Yeah. And then I triangle.
And what he's about to get caught in. And your subs and my subs don't count. So I figured that might be a little too mean. Because you probably about snap Austin's arm here.
Yeah, he actually said he taps like right here. Look at his arm. I don't know how the hell he kept hanging on, but he winds up tapping, and he says it's to the other arm. He said it was on the other shoulder. I have no idea how.
Let's look at that real quick. Maybe his shoulders are built like mine.
Maybe.
Yeah, it must have just been funky. I don't know. He was probably doing that thing we do where we're like, oh, it was a crank. You didn't have the choke, but still I tapped. And yeah, if I don't see you get a submission, say something in the chat if you're watching, and I'll give you your due credit. Especially when we have like 4 matches going on like right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, James and Caleb are in the back. And then Justin and Aiden.
Brandon and Camden.
Yep.
And then you and Austin going off screen here.
Yeah. I found out that this guy's very difficult to choke from the back. Like, I had to give him, you know, like, all the strangle I could in order to finish. Yeah.
It looks like Aiden's trying to buggy choke over here.
Yep. Yep.
It's hilarious how so he doesn't have the hand position right. It's A for effort. It's funny how that sub is like permeating the sport now, even just at our tiny school in the middle of North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, where do you get caught that sucks the most? Inside control.
Yeah.
So.
Unless you're Austin down here on the bottom getting strangled out, bottom center.
Yeah. But check this out. Like, I've got this in deep. I thought he was gonna tap when his arm started going above his head like that, and he didn't.
Yeah, it's fairly remarkable.
It felt deep, and then I
you have a body triangle on.
Redo it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing the smart thing of just going 2-on-1 on the strangle arm. Looks like he got in under the chin there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know why it took so long. Yeah, Austin, we got to put you up to a buggy choke seminar at the school. You show Aiden what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, James. Yeah. Austin will old Austin that's rolling with Mike. He'll put up a fight for a while, man, and then you got to switch before you burn yourself out.
So he tries this like the eagle perch or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
Luke calls it
the screaming eagle or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just what I call it because I'll never do it.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious when it works, but it's hard for me to take seriously.
Yes, that was an example of just somebody trying to get to my neck and not secure any sort of hook, and I can just take him over, like I say, Nagi.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna give you points. Coach Mike wants strangle. Gotta put it to good use.
So what happened with Caleb and James back there?
Yeah, I was just wondering that. Let's go back.
Straight ankle lock.
Looks like Caleb's in on one, yeah. Or at least digging.
I've got to get points where I can, Veronica.
Yeah, I didn't really
I don't know if it was a sub or if he just ran, like he scooted out, like he escaped it and just tried to get out of the situation.
It looks like Caleb was the one who initiated the escape there. He kind of
James just ran, he says.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad strategy, right? If you feel like you lost it or need to reposition, stand up,
Yeah. And then I wouldn't be surprised if, Caleb saw the counterattack coming and tried to hop his hips out. All right, Aiden and I think Duncan.
Yep. And James and Brandon.
Yeah, I really think James and Brandon are like a great pair for training together. Like, I mean, it's like how you and I were when we were like blue belts or whatever. Like similar body, both eager to learn every single class. They're gonna try everything they know, and even some stuff they haven't like ironed out yet. You guys should definitely keep training together. Those are the partnerships that like really advance your training. Caleb with a nice takedown on Austin, little Sotogari. Kind of a little wonky setup. Left himself in a dangerous spot. Well, kind of sorta, right? He here, see, he's got his arm between let me go back a little bit. Yeah, right here as he's kind of reaching over. Let me try to zoom in. It's hard to get it on the screen, but he's got his head almost, he's putting himself in a head and arm, in an arm triangle katakatame position, right? So something to be mindful of. Don't hang out there. Get that trip. Get yourself safe.
Yeah, it's a duck under waiting to happen if you wait too long.
That too, yeah. Good job, James, at keeping the knees pointing away from you as you're trying to figure out what you want to do next.
So Brandon's tying up that far arm. Which
Yeah,
can be a very tough spot for James.
Yeah, and he's, there. Whenever people ask me what to do here from this like case of position, there are kind of two answers in my opinion. It's walk towards them or scoot away from them, right? And that sounds silly, but when I'm walking towards somebody the way Brandon is, that's where I have an opportunity to turn it into a back take, right? When I'm more in a position now where Brandon's like perpendicular to James, that's where the kind of the rolling sweeps lie. That's where you can get your, Brandon could try to get his right leg up and over James's face here and sit him back down. But yeah, you've got a lot of options as the guy in Kesa, on the ground. Unless you're dealing with Francisco back in the day, who I don't think anybody in this video, Cole back there is the only one who knows that, how awful that is, being Francisco's Kesa, who is a Costa Rican Olympic judo national Costa Rican national judo team member back in the day, and just absolutely miserable if he gets you in Kesa. But yeah, you could kind of see, right? Brandon took he ended up using that position. I kind of lost track of how we got there, and managed to get to the back, right? That's one reason I don't play Kesa too much, is because whenever anybody catches me there, I often end up on their back. So I don't have much faith in that position.
I think it was a good movement by James to step over into that half guard. And then when he goes, it's like he's trying to do the ninja roll. It's on the op. Yep. So I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go
failed
on
truck entry.
Opposite leg. Yep.
Yeah, that's yeah. When you get good at that one, since you're trying it, like, it's fun to hit. It's a really flashy little move that doesn't take too much to get to.
I got it. Yeah, that failed the truck entry. Yep.
Yeah, so just we'll go back to it real quick. So you would want to, instead of rolling this way, where you're in front of Brandon, you actually want to roll on the other side of his body, right? That's it's hard to look at it and remember how to do it, because I'm not a 10th planet guy who does this like every single match.
Yeah, you have to be sitting on both legs. It's kind of like you set it up from a very shallow ankle position. So Brandon would have James's ankle, but not his nothing towards the knee. And I actually, like, later on in this video, you'll see us going over the entry from Turtle. And I guess we can try it in class again, from hitting it from half guard. It's not much different. It just, there's a point where you can do it, and then there's a point where it's lost. If your knee is too far into the half guard, then you won't be able to hit the truck entry.
Aiden on a little knee buy.
I think, yeah, he winds up getting this. He goes lat here. Oh, no, he doesn't.
So, okay, I'm just gonna go back real quick. And with Brandon here on James's back, see, James has done, really good to try to get the escape. He's got his shoulders to the mat. His head is out. There is no strangle at this point. The last thing that you'd want to do, James, to really complete this is get this elbow on the ground between Brandon's chest and your body, right? Once that elbow hits the mat, you're out. There's, he has lost the back. He can try a number of things to try to regain the back, but at that point he's off your back, right? He's doing something pretty smart here, though. He's switching to this figure 4 grip here for a second, where he could use that to transition into, he could work, if he got his bottom knee or his bottom leg in a better spot, he can work to armbar positions, a kind of a seated top lock. But that's often a good spot. Whenever I'm losing the back like that, when the choke is no longer feasible, attacking on that near side arm is my go-to. It helps keep the elbow off the mat, which is what, James, you would be trying to get. But it gives you a chance to continue your attack. Good chance for Brandon to shoot and get a takedown here.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to get his head and neck safe. Got to work on getting his posture back. That's good. Recognizing that James's guard is open. So, want to be careful putting your hand on the shin like he was just doing. It doesn't take much to shake that and get caught in a triangle.
Yep.
He's got this sick is that the Origin rash guard? I think it is. Yeah, that is. That's Origin's flagship rash guard. It's George Washington holding the flag, riding the "Don't Tread on Me" snake.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back real quick. James kind of working a deep half a little bit. Well, I guess more of an open guard. I don't know if I guess you'd call that K guard. I don't know. I lost track with the Alphabet Super guards, but he digs in on that leg. So just to prevent that back take in the future, you were doing good coming up on the leg, right? When you dug in for it here, if you can capture the heel, with the palm of your hand and extend that. If you kept his leg extended, that move right there that he's doing, just sitting up, is extremely difficult to do, right? But now he can pull his leg back underneath him. Really simple body mechanics. He pulls his leg back underneath him and can sit up into you and take your back like he does here. So even if maybe you don't have good hip control with the legs, you couldn't finish that knee bar or whatever, you can utilize that leg extension to try to get him to not get on your back. Aiden again trying his I swear to God, he got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give him his credit, right? He's really loves his Peruvian necktie. I feel like this is the third week in a row that we've highlighted this from him. And the no-gi Peruvian necktie it's a good one. But that's as much crap as we're giving him. That's how you do it, man. You try it, you fail a bunch of times, you get made fun of by your coaches, and then you do it on a white belt. All right, give the boys credit.
So James, in that altercation, what's going on in that exchange? You do have the leg entry right there. He kind of has this.
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Yeah. So you start to go to one side, right? And then you shoot one leg out, and then that other leg needs to come in, and then you're basically just diving for that leg, and you would be shooting for Brandon's left leg in this scenario, and yeah, so it's right there. I think to Matt's point, like if you get to the heel, great. I would be shooting my right arm as deep into the knee as possible, like into Brandon's left knee, and then just pulling that nice and tight, and then coming up with the other hand to grab the heel.
Yeah, pulling yourself into that.
Yep. And it would just work yourself into the right position. But your leg positioning is perfect here. It was just a missed opportunity. Where your right hand is at right there is just got to shoot in a little bit deeper, scoop the back of the knee, and then pull it in.
Yeah, and along the lines of your back take defense here, what you did here is what I think it's basically the same thing I do, which I'm pretty sure infuriates a lot of people, right? Like Brandon is almost on your back, right? He needs to get his hooks, but he's already like past you, he's chest to back with you, and you pull your knees in nice and tight. You just stick your legs up, kind of like a dead bug position, and you make it damn near impossible to get the guy's legs in. You start getting your head and shoulders to the ground. You're no longer. We talk about how your spines have to be aligned in that position, right? You need that body alignment in order to get a strangle. You deny him that here by essentially just kind of flipping over on your back, rotating out a bit, and then you start to work a counter, which is great. So on the other side, we got, let me move my screen real quick, with Aiden and Duncan here. So this is one of those times where Duncan's got to be standing upright, head over a foot, confident in his balance to get out of that double ankle sweep, right? Doesn't work this time. If I was him, it almost seems like the right leg would have been the one to try to sneak out of there, right? Aiden doesn't have his forearm covering the toes, which is a really great way to like make that double ankle sweep work a bit. It's a good way to try to shut that down, keeping your elbows in over the guy's feet, whereas Aiden's got a little bit of space here. But yeah, he gets put down, right? The very next thing to do is pinch your knees together, right? Duncan's got outside position here. If he pinches his knees in and clamps down on Aiden's knees, it makes it very difficult for Aiden to do what the motion blur we're seeing here, I believe, shows what he's trying to do, which is to sit up right into mount, right? So pinching those knees if you do get set back can be a real big help. Pinching the knees, elevating the hips exposes his ankles, and you get to go for it from there. Leg entrances, guard passes, all sorts of stuff.
Caleb just got a whether you want to call it a Kimura
or omoplata.
Yeah, with a hand assist.
Nice. Oop. And then what happened here? With is that just the end of the round?
I think yeah.
I'll go back real quick. Because yeah, James, you ended up in a good spot there. All right, yeah. End of the round. Cool. That was a great roll, though. You definitely, between you and Brandon, man, you guys got to keep training together.
And then based off of last week's commentary, we were talking about the figure 4 top lock, and Austin was asking me to go over it, and so I was going over with the people over there,
Gotcha.
just the top lock in general, and then went over the figure 4 top lock later on as well while they were training.
Yeah, I imagine Austin can already tell in that position how vulnerable his arms are and how miserable it is. It's not entirely sure what we got going on. It looked like Aiden's on a deep half with Austin here in the corner.
It's like he's trying to get like a...
So Austin looks like he's actually working an Americana. Or not an Americana, an Anaconda. Because he would have the other arm in if he had a Darce Strangle.
Yep, that's true.
And Aiden looks like he's not enjoying it too much. Okay. But yeah, I'd really like to see Austin cross-facing from there. I mean, maybe, Austin's long-limbed and can maybe pull off some stuff that I just simply can't, so I don't think to do any of the Rutolo brother, hit a Darce from every which angle kind of strategy. So maybe there's something there that I'm just not seeing. But man, even when Luke, dives for deep half on me, it's just instinctively crossface, sprawl out, stretch out, keep your legs at bay, and then reset. And Aiden looks like he just opts to regard.
He's doing a really good job of walking up the body and using his legs to keep Austin broken down.
Yeah, I really wish I could see what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you're right. He's completely controlling his posture.
And whenever you're in a close guard situation like that, posture is the number one thing that you need to control. He winds up getting something. I don't know what he got, but he got something.
Yeah, it looks like he gets... I don't even know.
Armbar.
I can't see anything. But all right, Caleb's in the lead. And yes, Ronnie, I just saw your message in the chat. You absolutely get points for strangling white belts or breaking their limbs or whatever.
It was a triangle from what I see him motioning, I think. Yeah, it was Aiden, not Caleb.
Don't ever mix them up. They don't let you forget it. Look at Aiden working a little body lock action. Kind of that top sort of Greco style.
It's like Brooks takedown. Just that body lock.
Yeah.
Push with the head.
Yeah, I wish I could tell him more about what to do there, but I'm too short and T-Rex armed to get that on anybody. Good try. Looks like he's picking some stuff up from Steven.
Yeah. You can Aiden can step up his right leg, try and walk around that knee.
Yeah.
Pinch the right elbow down to the body, and then you step the right leg up and over. And oftentimes you can just get around the knee just enough to start becoming more threatening with that. Here we go. Nope.
Let me go back a second. Yeah, to your point, I mean, yeah, it's hard to see how he's framing right now, but I mean, it can really be as simple as, hand on the hip, elbow towards the knee, and you're pushing down with that forearm, elevating your hips enough to get over the knee, and yeah, like you said, like walking in that direction to get Austin on his hip, because I'm not entirely sure what Austin's goal is right now as far as like what attack he wants to try to work. Because now he's like trying to flatten him out. Maybe he's decided, I have an omoplata attempt here. But yeah, just like getting the, pinning that leg down and immobilizing it and making it difficult for him to flare it out and get to guard is going to be a big help in passing. And then, yeah, I'm not sure why all the foot grabbing is going on lately. Again, whatever, maybe there's some stuff there that I don't work, but like right here, I mean, there's no closed loop around Aiden, right? So this wouldn't be an effective grip in my opinion. And your guard's wide open, right? So I wouldn't want to see anybody doing that, unless they're messing around trying something new. But just recognize where there are literal holes in your guard, right? That would be an easy one to pass. All right, let's see if Justin gets on the board. Real quick, right in the beginning here. So, playing that lead leg game, Caleb's in a staggered stance. Stepping back, now he's in a squared stance. So you want to change up your engagement there. I think Justin's probably just taking this role a little easy, so
yeah,
wasn't being terribly aggressive from the front there.
Yeah, so this is Caleb's going for that thing that Luke was showing. He basically stepped into cross-ashi.
Yeah.
From turtle.
I think Justin felt pretty confident that he wasn't in much harm there. So Caleb's got to recognize he had back exposure there, right? There's way too much space that he's letting hang out right here, right? I mean, I'm talking get this left leg, get the left knee right behind Justin's head, close up all that space, and start looking for a back take. Now you just kind of put him on his back, and his hands have the inside position, denying you chest to chest contact, which doesn't make for a good pin. Looks like Caleb and Austin are trying what you were just going over. Or maybe what they were. Yeah, he's got that.
Where they ended.
Yeah. Something to for Austin, new Austin, not old Austin, to work on. Up here in the corner by the scoreboard, right? He's working the single, and doesn't seem to be working, right? He can't get to his angle. You've got your leg on the outside. There are some like really effective leg entries from there. Pulling your opponent from a single leg into like I guess you could probably do a few of them, right? But he opts to sit to guard here because he feels that the single leg takedown's not working. So that might be something to add into your repertoire eventually, Austin. It's just some of those leg entrances that work from either failed or quote unquote attempted shots or takedowns. Now I don't know what in the hell Austin is doing right here, but it looks like it worked.
It worked.
It's
kind of like
so many limbs.
Peruvian. I don't know what that is.
It's probably got some bullshit name on. Look it up on YouTube somewhere. Let's go. Say old Austin. I'm gonna assume. See, that stuff's contagious. Now Aiden wants to learn it, and maybe we get to watch.
You can try it on me.
Maybe we get to watch a white belt's knee blow apart.
So James here with Duncan, like that, your goal here. It looks like you're gonna get the choke here. But James, I'd like to see you focusing on getting that spine alignment. So your spine and Duncan's spine should be absolutely parallel. Um, like, you should be chest to back to him, and you got the finish where it was a strong strangle. But I think you'll have less people escaping your back if you try to maintain that chest to back connection. So I do something stupid right here. I don't stand up fully as I'm reaching back for the leg to push off.
Uh-huh.
And so I drag my elbow back to start pushing on the knee, and I'm broken down. And Austin's like, "Fuck that!" And he just goes up and he snatches a triangle on me, and I had to go down and defend that. It was tight.
Yeah, but you obviously were like, let me get behind the pillar on this one. So
Yeah, right. See, like nobody got any points on that one. So.
Yeah. Did Austin get the tap?
No.
No.
But it was very close. It's
James, good takedown.
Yeah, very nice. What did he do there? Did he club? Oh, was it just a
a double?
Yeah.
So heavy on the head. Let's go back a bit. Let's see your setup here.
It was just a knee pull double.
Maybe want to go before the clinch. All right, so tie up, collar tie, wrist grip, fighting for that inside collar tie. Man, that was good. That was.
I like it.
It looks like you were working that double leg entry you and I were going over the last time I was there, where you pull the guy back over you as you lower your level and shoot in, right, and get his hips over top of your shoulders. Let me see that one more time.
And before I forget, I think Caleb got Justin, or did they have to just reset because they were too far back?
Let's see. Caleb gets the leg extension.
Yeah,
I think Justin gave him the verbal.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, James, way to drive through. You got to the side. You didn't stay stuck in Duncan's guard. That was really good. Caleb with 1 over Justin. Are these two jokers down here do anything, or are they just messing around?
I think so. I think they were trying. They were escaping.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just messing around. Yeah, James, I think for your size and your ability to explode into that, because that was a good sharp move. You could do it. I guarantee you could do that even faster than you did it. But that was, that's why you see guys like Jordan Burroughs, these explosive wrestlers just dominating on doubles, right? They managed to get in underneath the hips just like you did and power through, right? That was the main thing I wanted you to take away from the last time we were talking about it, was the follow through on these shots is what jiu-jitsu guys are notoriously awful at. And you did it exactly how I want to see it, right? Just powering through once you get in. And then this armbar, it's an armbar fight. Looks good. It's good defense from Duncan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, James and I talked about this after class too, but just to reiterate, like, can't overemphasize the importance of pinching your knee on the armbar. Not only does it, raise up the fulcrum, but it also locks in the shoulder and doesn't really let the person doesn't give them the opportunity to start turning. So how Duncan has a bent arm. I mean, he's a strong dude too. Like this, he can rip out of arm bars. So it's not easy to do. But pinching your knees together would help keep the shoulder locked in, before he gets a chance to rotate through like that.
Yeah. In addition to that, back healing, right? You got your heels kind of away from the body. You know, pinch those knees in and then pull your heels in, you know, towards your own butt. Duncan's going to be in the way, right? But that shuts down the room that he has to rotate out of it. One thing you did really good here, though, that I'm very happy to see is just how you're not fighting against that linear arm strength, right? You fell off to the side. Looks like you've been taking notes during Luke's class. This is a super nitpicky comment. Notice which hand Duncan has on top, right? He's got his right hand on top. I don't want to say that, you know, like you falling towards the head is a great habit to get into. When you start getting a little bit more, when your technique's a little tighter and you can think about it a little bit more, you want to fall towards, in this case, towards the legs, right? You're falling into the strength of his grip. If I could pull my hands up, if my shoulder worked, I'd show you exactly what I'm talking about. But you're pulling into the strength of his grip because his top arm is his far side arm. If the arm you were attacking, in this case his left arm, if that grip was flipped and his left hand was on top, then you'd absolutely want to fall to the head. This is, again, super nitpicky. Something I don't want you to get too tied up on. Like, next time you're in a good armbar, like, go ahead, work your grip break. You know, you can often combat it with pressure from your wrist dragging up to the grip. But you'll notice those little tiny things as you're finishing those submissions that'll just help with the final product, right? Getting you to the tap. So I hope that wasn't utterly confusing. But yeah, just something I've been keeping tabs on lately. Looks like we got a lot of people in chat. If you guys have any questions, speak up.
Yeah.
Be happy to go over whatever. Damn, Austin's sweeping your bitch ass. Let's go back to that. Huh, dude, simple, man. Just like classic Upa, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you maybe try to strangle him afterwards, but still.
I had to show him how effective the top block was.
Oh yeah. Damn, Duncan in on a leg here.
Yeah, he has been.
Look at him inverting too.
Go.
That's great, man.
Yeah. Getting comfortable there.
Man, that's so valuable too, and especially with as new as Duncan is. Like that was great. That was really, really great to see. All right, battle of the same rash guards, Austin and James. Watch James like double him and just send him through the mat because he weighs 100 pounds more. Oh, Austin with the shot. All right, good sprawl, James. And there's a really good example of the value of a sprawl, a good sprawl, right? You get your weight over top of the guy's shoulders. He can't drive into you. He puts his hands on the mat, so it's difficult for him to start staying square with you. If you beat him to the back, it's a whole nother game. So that's great. Really good counter wrestling.
Nice transition to mount as well. Kept the knee high. He's got a gift wrapped.
Keeping that back exposed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see your legs switch here. Again, I don't know exactly the game you're playing, but yeah, there you go. Getting the back leg down on the knee. You already have a hook in, right? If you can manage to pull him into a rear mount.
Yeah, it would just be driving your left knee up towards the head to start taking the back there, if that's what you were going for. Or if you were just trying to take him out like you did. Oh, yeah,
There we go.
just like that.
Exactly. Watch that cross leg. Looks like James coming in for the point. For the leg trap.
Nice.
Oh, I think James, this is what you were alluding to earlier when you decided to dip on the rear strangle. Yep. Oh, dude, James says he has an egg on his head
So
from
do I.
Austin's
I have it
hip
under my
bone.
eye.
That kid's hips are made of razor blades, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that definitely happened more than one occasion.
I came home because I double legged him, and I came home and I had like a knot on the side of my head. I'm like, what the hell did I get that for? It was his hip.
The second best defense to a shot after the sprawl.
Jeez.
Bony hips.
Again, a nice transition into the armbar.
Yeah. It's great.
Uses it to get back into a mount. Okay.
Yeah, kind of an S mount there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And Austin's doing a great job of just shoulder walking back, getting the high mount off of him, getting back to a more manageable standard mount position. Excellent work. Getting that underhook, isolating the arm. This can be annoying when a guy has his hands clasped behind you.
Yeah.
Good work just identifying it, staying composed. So you had a good opportunity to go for the head and arm there. I mean, I wouldn't have taken my arm out to set it up. You know, use your head and your other arm. Keep that arm behind. Keep the right arm behind the head in that case.
Can you go back a little bit? Justin had a really nice half guard sweep again on Brandon back there in the back.
Even further back.
Yeah. Right here. So he's in half guard.
Slow this down.
He traps the far arm, and then he kicks his left leg up and over, pushing on the bicep.
Yeah. Well, it looked like he kind of had a little hand block on the knee, right?
With his right arm.
With his right arm. If you watch down by Brandon's right or left knee, right here, right as he comes up and over.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was good.
Yeah. So that was a slick way to feel that. Way to see that was available.
Dude, great thing about Austin. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'll also point out that is that where the egg came from?
Looks like it.
Jesus. That the whole transition there from Justin came from a simple elbow escape on Brandon, who's he's a big strong dude. So being able to do a simple elbow escape is a powerful thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it sets up a few different options for escapes. I was gonna say, like, credit to Austin back here in the stand-up, man. Like, and I say this as a smaller guy in a room full of giants a lot of times, like, not being the least bit hesitant to get in there tight and fight a takedown game against someone who's bigger than you, who's I think already taken you down, but who's going to be formidable on the feet. And Austin's just like, yeah, whatever, let's go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Gets caught, good double.
Boom.
Didn't bounce his head off the mat, so I'm happy. Let's back up a bit.
Armbar set up again. You're getting there, James.
Oh yeah, and then Austin had a good hip bump attempt, but it just wasn't enough.
On 3/4.
Justin working a mounted crucifix up in the corner there.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a great spot, Justin, to also start working like side triangles. Yoko Senkaku. I assume he got a tap there. I guess an Americana. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And Justin on the board. But yeah, that mounted crucifix, like, other than just being dominant, a lot you can do from there. Look at that. Goes, all right, I don't want your arm. I'll take your leg. Man, that was great.
That was good. Yeah.
Really good roll. I knew you'd get up there, Justin. It was disgusting open guard from you, Justin. Just let him walk right around you.
He didn't skip a roll that night. He was there.
Said he binge watched Power Bottom and then immediately forgot everything.
Dude, I'm joining that club.
Yeah, that's what you do. You watch it all, and you forget it, and then you watch it 10 more times before any of it sticks.
Well, that's what I did here. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna start shooting from the bottom, and I got stuffed repeatedly.
Yeah, I only watched the intro section so far.
It was good. That first 5 minutes was hilarious. The little first minute or so was hilarious. Yeah, it was great.
Justin setting up a Darce.
Mm-hmm.
On somebody who should be really, really good at Darces too. You love to see it. Strangle out those long limb guys. So Justin, instead of saying belly down there, I want you to turn. Nice, really nice. But the way you started to turn there, like in that direction, start putting him on the ground, right? He got up to his knees. You want to use that. You have so much torque. Use that to put him on his back, and then you've got, you have multiple ways to finish there. Luke loves the belly down, sprawled out, flattened out. But if you can get him on his back, you can also walk towards him and take mount, like step into mount, up and over his body. Remember, he doesn't have the ability to like elbow escape, right? Or hand block a leg as you're stepping over, and crunch that Darce in from that mounted position. That's, especially for me, that way works really well, just to squeeze as much blood out of that stone as I possibly can.
He's asking roll over his left side.
Let me go back.
Is that what you're saying?
So from here, I would like to see you start walking towards him, closing the angle between you and him.
Left.
Yeah, so to Justin's right? Start walking around to take mount, right?
Yes. So like sit to your left hip and walk around.
Yes, yeah.
To take them out. Yes. Yes. Yeah, to your right.
Yep. I'll give you your points. Either way, though, man, good Darce. Skip ahead a bit. Aiden's working, kind of working the style of half guard I like to play. Few little things to tighten up here. That underhook, that's where I want to see it, right? Down by the hips. Especially if you're doing this on Danny, that's gonna take away his or reduce the chances of him darcing you from that position. But it's also, controlling the hips in this case is going to be really effective. The other thing here is he's almost got it. I want this outside leg doing the majority of the work, right? I want this heel on the ground, and I want you pulling James's leg out with that leg, right? See, here he doesn't really commit to it. He's got the leg on the outside. If James takes his head towards Aiden's elbow, it's going to really diminish the power of that underhook that Aiden has worked hard to get, right? We all know, your primary battle in that position is to win the underhook. So it sucks when a guy just kind of shifts his body down and takes that power away. But yeah, working this leg position a little bit better and working more of a tight waist than up over the back, you're going to get a lot more success out of that.
And that left leg coming over, the way that I play that, I used to get if you stomp your foot and you have to be damn sure that when you put your heel down to the ground that the person isn't going to be able to advance on you, very much further. So the way that I like to play this is, especially if I'm going against a much stronger person, is I'll drag my heels all the way back to my butt, so that their heel gets caught behind my knee, in order to force like a trap, and then it's easy for me to get up onto all fours, like to get up onto my knees and start working around the back.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but you drag their heel into the crook of your knee.
Yep. Yeah, it works for a good a good lever, because nobody's knees bend that way. Their hips don't bend that way. And if none of that made any sense, just ask us at class, and Mike will happily go over it with you.
Yeah.
It looks like James got okay, so this is interesting, right? Aiden's going for deep half, and what do we always say to combat the deep half? Crossface, right?
Cross, yeah.
He didn't win that crossface, but he immediately attacked that arm, and that was good, right? Another
armbar.
Good plan B attack here, right? Aiden didn't have that underhook anymore. Let's see where he lost it. Right, so here he has the underhook. It looks like here he decides to change the game plan, right? But Aiden needed to get his left arm clasped to that hand, right? To work that deep half, got left behind, and James not being able to get the crossface maybe in time, for that dive from Aiden, but he immediately went wrist control, pinned it to the mat, and starts working for the finish here, which that was great. Great thinking. Great way to adapt to that problem. And then for the straight arm. Going for his arm drag trip that he likes. So that's kind of the next step, the next progression for really a lot of these moves from any position, stand up or on the ground, is if you got a favorite one and you're getting successful at it, great. People are going to start getting wise to it. You're going to have to start working on your setups, right? Or chain things together that go well with it when it fails, right? Because it will. People are not going to let you do it all the time, and you've got to have a really quick transition to your plan B, C, D, whatever, right? So Aiden trying to work that arm drag trip. James wasn't going for it. He was immediately shutting down the arm drag. Got to have a go-to from there. And I didn't quite see how James shut that down because he got double ankle swept. But it does look like Aiden tried to come up.
Yeah.
It looks like he had a frame on the chest, which seems like a good idea, but it's depending on where the other arm is. If you've put the other arm on the ground, it's Triangle City, and you don't want to do that. So just something to be really careful with there.
Good reversal by Justin in the background there. Caleb was not letting me mount. It was that was a tough
So
time. He was not having it.
Not letting you in him out?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing really good regarding. Or at least trying to regard there. James is doing one of the most infuriating things you can do, and he sets it up right here. I remember as a white belt at like the very first school I ever trained at when my buddy did this to me. Like pin my arm, go behind the back with the cross arm, and control the wrist from there. It's infuriating. Oh, too far ahead. Let's see what happened. There we go. Float. Yeah, that's pin the knee, get the foot wedge. Right, get him on his side, pin, or step over when he opens his guard. Excellent. Yeah. And then just chicken wing.
Yeah.
Man, bully. That was good. That was really good. Oh, I don't know if you went over this stuff. I know I did in the gi class some stuff from the ninja roll. Looks like going into crossbody ride. Just playing around.
Yeah, Justin's turtle was pissing me off. Something awful here. Like I couldn't
watch
figure
power
out
bottom, man.
Yeah,
it's too good. Nice. Oh, okay. That looked like what Justin and I were working on a few weeks ago in the stream. That roll through, the same thing you've done to me. Like, I'm gonna say twice. I'm only gonna give you two. One was a sub, and the other, what?
We didn't have a camera.
Yeah.
No proof.
Or a scoreboard, so we get to make up the score. He says I tried it, but Mike wasn't having it.
Yeah.
To the
so
ninja
I had to
roll.
do the ninja roll. Yeah. I was so excited.
What, to hit that?
Yeah, I never hit that. Like I've been watching. I've been watching one video, and I've like tried to piece it together, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. And I saw the opportunity, so I took it.
Yeah, I mean, once you have that leg in. Yeah, it's funny. That's definitely that. It's like a family of moves I don't even think about trying. I completely forget until like Coach Luke or Coach Mike go over it. It's like, oh yeah, that's an option, and it works really well. Justin doing good on the hand fight though.
That was pissing me off. Something awful. Like he just kept grabbing my hand, and I'm like, stop.
Cut it out. Caleb doing a good job passing Austin's guard over there.
He's really been focusing on his guard passing lately. Like, he's been doing really good with it.
That's Austin's doing really good bugging him right now. Excellent guard or regard. And then you're working into the rear triangle position.
Yep. And Justin holds out on this too. Like I thought it was tight, but he still kept going with it. I had to get to the shoulder in order to finish.
Yeah, it was nice.
He wasn't gonna let me get the turtle again, or get through the turtle again. Something that I'm doing here, especially Justin, that I know that you prefer to turtle, is I'm always aiming to get my foot like inside as a hook. If I know that somebody's coming up as with a turtle, like into a turtle position, I'm either gonna shove my foot in, like that's best case scenario, or my knee. I'll shove my knee in, and then I'll start working like facing their feet. I'll start working, stepping over the feet and trying to pry the legs open with my other foot, to take the back in that way. And now I've just got a leg lace like inside Senkaku.
Nice.
How did I get to that one again?
To the entry.
Yeah.
A little sit
Oh,
back.
it was a back step. Yeah.
And then into the eventual clover leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just a little weave. And then I didn't see if anything happened over here with Caleb and Austin, but that's what happens when you go off camera. You don't get your super official submission scoreboard points. I think Austin said he'd been taking some MMA classes.
Yeah.
Down at school. Hence why he is so insistent on striking in a jiu-jitsu school. Oh God.
Jeez.
Caleb just clubbing Austin in the head with his foot. Let me see that again. Just get off of me.
Boom.
But that was with his calf. It wasn't a heel, so it's okay, ish. Yeah, Justin, I really want to see you 2-on-1 on that strangle arm, right?
I don't. I prefer you to not resist.
And then that's the other thing here. If you're gonna hang out in this spot, like kind of on top, not down on one side, pay attention to where Mike's legs are. If they're open, what kind of hooks he's using or what kind of lower body control he's using. Because shifting out to, it's easy for me to say this armchair quarterbacking, but like right here, right, you had an opportunity to shift out to Mike's left and your left without a strangle in and without a hook over, right? So you could, with your body, pin his left leg in this case, start trying to shimmy out, turn towards him. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Austin next time I see him. If you're in chat, Austin, I want you to know that. You better stay down at college.
In April.
My shoulder will be mostly healed by then. We got to put some mitts on one of these days. What's going on, Illumio? Good evening. Yeah, and to anybody in the chat who is one of our students, I'm not going to encourage you to dox yourself if you want to stay anonymous. It's we don't mind at all. But if you let us know who you are, either here or in class or whatever, we'll make it a point to speak to you if we know that you're in chat and point out whenever you're on camera and what you do good and what you do not so good. Yeah, I saw that he threw his hands up at the bell. Happy on his shadow performance. Something just skipped there.
I'm having that problem when it stitches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb going in for an omoplata. I think the second one of the night for him.
Yeah, he does. He definitely goes for them. I think he has a good success rate with them.
Yeah, and it looks he's getting the finishing down pretty well, right? Scooting his hips out. I'd like to see him. Well, it's hard to say. I don't want to give him much criticism here. I mean, he got it. I know for me, the omoplata is always kind of a pain to finish. Give him his points. Yeah, I'm Coach Matt. That's Coach Mike over in the other corner. And we are two of the assistant coaches of this academy. James doing good work trying to get around your guard.
He is. He's setting up a nice rugby pass and trying to walk around the head. And I think I was going for a Kimura trap, but he was not letting me get it. He was staying very, very heavy on the arm. Made it difficult for me to scoot out. Palm to the head. Definitely keeps me away.
To the nose.
To the nose. Yeah, so
good composure.
Yeah.
That was good. Way to get out of that, James. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, we were going over that that finish that I was trying to do in class. And then after we showed the ninja roll, he tried hitting it on me. And he got very, very close. But you see how I'm holding onto his arm?
Yeah.
On the far side. I was like, no, you're not gonna
So
roll.
he can't cut the angle. Yeah. Sometimes we just can't let you guys hit the move of the night. Oh man, really good.
Yeah, he does it twice. Watch this. I tried doing that sit out and chasing him around, and he just freaking.
I want to see that again.
Good positioning, and he just like puts his chest to my shoulders, and just walks right around and like continues to chase me down.
Yeah, it looks like he's just got front headlock position. No immediate sub that he's working for. Yeah, man, no, that's great.
It's double overs. Yeah, and he does it twice.
Yeah, really great. And that I'd even say that second sit out from you it looked more effective. Like it looked smoother.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And like you even, I mean, right there, like he's completely behind you. Your ears on his back. Like I don't know how that didn't work. That was just really good scrambling from James, man. I mean, he just came right around, slowed you down enough because he still had his arm in there.
Yep.
And then just powered through. That was rad.
Yeah. I was like that second one. I was shocked. The first one, I felt like it was sloppy a little bit, but I still felt like it would work on most people. Yeah. And then the second one, I was like, oh yeah, I feel good about this. My head was, like you said, my ear was on his lat.
Yeah.
And he was like, nope, not having that. All right.
And Caleb's going for a nice little armbar here. That was good. That was really good awareness on Caleb's part, rolling through that armbar and staying composed on it. Even with the leg coming off of the head through the roll, gets back on top. Again, I'd like to see a little bit more of a knee pinch here, but okay, so he was going for the three-quarter juji or three-quarter armbar. Yeah, way to get safe, Austin. And you're pulling some black magic over there.
I was trying. I was.
I think you're an outside Ashi.
I was an outside, which is not my preferred, but we had gone over it in class, and I was trying to work that. And James was laying on the pressure, and it was very tough to try and get his weight off of me enough to successfully pull that one off.
Yeah.
But again, like I think to your earlier point, like good composure. He was not nervous and kind of like trying to run away or anything. He stood in there and he defended.
I want to look at this again. Illumio in the chat made a point that I think this is Illumio. If this is what you were talking about, go ahead and chime in. But just talking about Mike's weight distribution, kind of slipping off the mat. Yeah, not being able to maybe power in as much to him and slow him down.
Yeah, maybe I couldn't lay onto the back heavy enough.
Yeah. Yeah, good eye.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nice. That was fun. That was a good match. Oh, Austin versus Austin.
Yep.
Battle of the 16 limbs. I think this will be our last match for the evening as well. So yeah, let's see if new Austin puts some of that top lock position to work. Looks like he's kind of got it here a little bit. Figure 4 top lock.
Hell yeah, nice.
All right, that was really good. That was a real dangerous spot to put somebody in. Kind of the beginnings of that like dead orchard position. Double arm bars you could see there from time to time.
It kept messing it up. It's
Yeah, I agree, Justin.
agreed. Yeah.
I think everybody, even Luke at this point, agrees. And yeah, Austin, the that top lock position, it's really imperative that you keep your hips off the mat, and you do that by digging your heels down in, right? Pulling your heels towards your butt. And that can make a big difference in controlling him. I don't know where you were having the issue exactly on that because I couldn't see. You say you didn't think you were pulling his arm far enough and he would just get his elbow in. Yeah, that could be the case. There's obviously the hand fight there you got to contend with. But if you could get his
top lock.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say the top lock. You really need to have the person's elbows in towards the center of your body. Like inside your hip bones in order to start throwing your legs over effectively. If they can get their elbows out or even their hands to the mat, which is a defense, probably not the preferred defense to it, then you can't lock your legs effectively around them. So like where his elbow position is right now, you wouldn't be able to hit an effective top lock from that because his elbows are outside of your hip bones.
Yeah.
When they're inside the hip bones, then it becomes an effective lock.
Caleb just brute forcing in that arm exposure, getting the dorsal Kimura.
Mm-hmm. I don't think. Okay, yeah, so Austin, I think what you're saying is what I was saying. Now, that's a good triangle, too.
Yeah, God, it's annoying watching you guys hit these so easily.
I love that you're going for the arm. You
Yes.
should be diving underneath that far leg after you scoop that arm.
Yeah, get that.
But it's a good threat.
Get his arm exposed out and away.
Mm-hmm.
As well as, and I touched on this last week or the week prior, he's driving his head towards the mat. what you're doing there, what I like to do is when they hide their arm and they kind of like hug your leg like that, if you can start using your hips to take them over in that direction, again, they either have to choose at that point. I'm going to base out with that arm that I'm hiding, or I'm going to fall to my back and get a mounted triangle put on me, right? So that downward pressure that you're hitting him with, as well as attacking that arm, if you can't get all the way to the scoop grip on the leg, you're giving him a lot to deal with here, which is always the best kind of submission attempt, the one with 2, 3, 4 things to worry about. Yeah, if you can hip heist up, yeah, oh man, you're so close.
Yeah.
This is a dogfight. This is
It is.
really good. I mean, especially for 2 white belts, man. That was killer. Really, really killer. Cool stuff. Well, it looks like Caleb coming out of nowhere on the submission scoreboard, the inaugural submission scoreboard. Really, really good stuff from all you guys tonight. That was great to watch. What did you say here? You said having a hard time digging that hidden arm out. Yeah, that really is the hardest part, right? That arm that he uses to hide, it really shuts down your turn that you typically want to do, that angle you want to cut. When you're ready and when you're satisfied with your front triangle, we can work on your wrong way triangle, or the Hantai Senkaku, as you've probably heard us say before. But yeah, we can go over that. It's just another super annoying thing to throw in there when your triangle's not working. But yeah, anyway, cool. This was a good stream, good footage, really good rolls from you guys. I'm hating being off the mats, so just keep denying Mike his submissions, and don't let him get any better. And yeah, any questions you guys have from this, bring it to class. I should be back there at some point or another, even with my arm in a sling, to go over whatever you guys want. But yeah, hope you guys had a good Christmas break. Enjoy your New Year, all that stuff. Be safe. And yeah, if you haven't, follow us on Twitch. Illumio, I really appreciate your contribution tonight. Sorry, I'm on pain medication for this broken arm, so a little slow in the head right now. But yeah, follow us if you haven't.
Thank you.
That's the kind of thing we want to see is you guys chiming in, especially if you're proficient, you've done this before, you train at another school. Come give us a look, man, and participate. Is there class on Saturday? What is Saturday? Saturday, New Year's Day?
I think so. I haven't seen a cancellation come through, so I assume so.
Check your email. I think Luke sent something out, but I don't know if it went all the way into the New Year schedule. And of course, just hit him up if you need to.
I'll ask tomorrow.
Yeah.
James. Yeah.
We'll get that clarified. But yeah, cool. You guys enjoy yourselves. Trim your nails. Take a shower. Do your laundry. Don't be stinky. And we'll see you guys at class. Have a good one.
Later.